you also focused heavily on understanding customer needs. Okay, so how do you look at what customer is saying versus what they really need?
Yeah,
They may or may not even be aware of those.
absolutely.
Okay, so my question is, how important do you consider the customer need finding
Yeah.
is? So what is your interpretation of what is the importance level for him? And should you even undertake a project without doing this?
Absolutely no. And customer needs are always at the top of it. And whatever our kind of an experience is, then I will share a couple of experience that we tried to do one project where we were passionate about. We wanted to do it because it is technically challenging, and we did that very well. So we executed, we put together, it was on multiple effective operators. And we had a patent, we had a technical conferences, papers, everything. How many of those sold? Zero. That's because that's what not customer need.
Then,
So customer need is absolutely prima facie the first most important thing. And for that we have very structured layout process for the need finding, which we do. And it's shortly to sum up that, go to the customer places, kind of, and look at what they are doing. One person will go and only observe the thing. One person will go and only ask the question. One person will go and he will map the, for example, in case of boiler, he will map the boiler operator what is doing. And what is that triggered to is that we wanted to make a boiler which is kind of and fully autonomous to an extent, and where we said that the boiler will take care of itself. And when we kind of and started doing that, we actually went to the site. We went and see that what the boiler operator is doing in a day's time, and we mapped that everything.
yeah.
But we forgot a very basic need that the Indian boiler regulation says the boiler operator has to be there. So that's the need finding approach which kind of and you do. But have we stopped that project? No. What we said is that we will tune in that everything will be assistance to the boiler operator. Now, so need finding is absolute the crux of any successful matrix. Everyone takes it very seriously. We are very obsessive about the right customer need finding approach. And will we take a project without that? I think only for the products or only for the cases where we have a good deal of knowledge already available with us, that's where we can take a chance. But still we would prefer to have need findings go.
And it is one of the things I often find missing in the academic sector.
Yeah.
So the technology part is covered very well. The fundamentals part is often covered quite well. But the need finding aspect somehow gets missed. Right? This is something that the academy needs to take up as a challenge.
Correct.
How to train students at a young age.
I think I will just correct that. I think it's that industry has to give that away. That's the training part of it.
Right.
Industry is very, very doing that.
Yeah. Good.
And the customer, and when we talk about need finding it and customer.
That's actually an interesting take, because oftentimes what we see is academia gets driven by technology without understanding the need. So it's often the question that if you're picking a PhD topic, have you actually visited the industry, what they need, what their pain points are? This is something we'll discuss again in more depth.